Let's get started. Start with listening, and then learn new words and practice them in sentences.
Imagine you're in a new city and you're lost. What do? You're standing amidst towering skyscrapers, bustling streets, and unfamiliar faces. A sense of adventure mingled with a touch of anxiety. You've stepped out of your comfort zone into a place where everything is new, and right now, you're lost. Being lost in a new city can be a daunting experience, but it's also a common scenario that many of us encounter when we travel or move to a new place. So don't worry, you're not alone. And the good news is, it's a situation that can be easily remedied with a bit of English know-how. Why English, you ask? Well, English is often referred to as the global language. It's spoken in many parts of the world, making it a handy tool to have in your arsenal, especially when you're navigating unfamiliar terrain. So let's set the stage. You're lost in this new city, and you need to find your way. In this video, we're going to equip you with the necessary English phrases, questions, and vocabulary to confidently ask for directions and understand the responses you receive. We'll dive into phrases like, "Can you help me find?" "Where is?" and "How do I get to?" These are simple yet powerful questions that can help you navigate through the labyrinth of a new city. But we're not just stopping at asking directions. Oh no, we're going a step further. We'll also help you decipher the responses you get. We'll explore directional terms like left, right, straight ahead, and next to. By the end of this video, you won't just be asking for directions, you'll be understanding them too. So buckle up and get ready to turn your lost in a new city experience from a daunting one to an exciting adventure. Whether you're looking for the nearest subway station, a popular restaurant, or a hidden gem, you'll be ready to find your way in English-speaking environments. Getting lost might feel scary, but with the right phrases and a dash of confidence, you can find your way. Now let's dive into the phrases that will come in handy when you need to ask for directions. There's an art to asking for directions, and it all starts with the right phrases. First up is, "Can you help me find?" This is a polite and direct way to ask for help. For instance, if you're looking for a local cafe, you'd say, "Can you help me find the Coffee Bean Cafe?" Next we have, "Where is?" This phrase is perfect when you're trying to locate a specific place. So if you're searching for the library, you'd ask, "Where is the library?" It's as simple as that. Our third phrase is, "How do I get to?" This question is ideal when you need detailed directions. For example, if you're trying to reach the train station, you could ask, "How do I get to the train station?" Now let's look at these phrases in a more conversational context. Imagine you're in a new city and you're trying to find a popular museum. You could approach someone and say, "Excuse me, can you help me find the art museum?" Or "Excuse me, where is the art museum?" Or "Excuse me, how do I get to the art museum?" These phrases are not just about asking directions, they're also about initiating a conversation with locals, and that's part of the fun of traveling, isn't it? So don't be shy. Use these phrases to not only find your way, but also to connect with people around you. Remember, the key to asking for directions effectively is clarity. Be clear about what you're looking for, and don't be afraid to ask for more details if the directions you receive are unclear. So let's review. When asking for directions, you can use, "Can you help me find?" "Where is?" and "How do I get to?" These phrases are your compass in a new city, guiding you to the places you need to go. With these phrases, you are now equipped to inquire about any location you need to find. Understanding the response is just as important as asking the question. Let's learn how to comprehend common directions. When you ask someone for directions, they will typically use a few common phrases and words. Let's start with the basics. If someone tells you to go left, they mean you should turn to your left. Similarly, if they say right, you should turn to your right. Straight ahead is another term you'll encounter. This means you should keep moving forward without turning. It's like following an invisible line directly in front of you. You might also hear next to. This indicates that your destination is very close to a landmark they mention. For instance, if someone says, "The library is next to the post office," it means the library is either immediately to the left or right of the post office. Now let's put these terms into context. If someone tells you, "Go straight, then turn right at the traffic lights," they're instructing you to move forward until you reach the traffic lights, then make a right turn. Another example could be, "Take a left at the bookstore, the coffee shop is right next to it." Here, you're being instructed to turn left when you see a bookstore. The coffee shop is very close to the bookstore, either on its left or right. It's important to pay attention to the sequence of the instructions. The order in which they are given is the order in which you should follow them. And remember, If the directions seem complicated or you didn't understand them the first time, there's no harm in asking again. In fact, it's better to ask twice than to wander around lost. You could say, "Could you please repeat that?" or "Could you please say that again more slowly?" People are generally understanding and will be happy to help you out. Now you have the tools to understand the directions you receive. Remember, don't hesitate to ask the person to repeat if you didn't catch it the first time. So, you've learned how to ask for directions and understand the responses. But let's not stop there. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to solidify what we've learned and add a few more tools to your navigation tool belt. We started with mastering the art of asking for directions. We learned how to confidently approach someone and ask, "Can you help me find?" or "Where is?" Remember, it's okay to ask, "How do I get to?" These are your navigation lifelines when you're exploring a new place. We also dove into the world of understanding responses. Learning to navigate the maze of left, right, straight ahead, and next to can be a bit confusing, but with practice, it becomes second nature. Remember the example we used? Go straight, then turn right at the traffic lights. It's as simple as following the instructions step by step. Now, let's add some additional strategies to your arsenal. One great tip is to use a map or your phone for reference. Even if you've asked for directions, it's always a good idea to double-check with a map. This will give you a visual reference and help cement the directions in your mind. Another tip is to confirm the directions with a second person. This isn't about doubting the first person, but rather about ensuring you understood correctly. Different people might also offer additional landmarks or shortcuts, making your journey even smoother. Last but not least, always thank the person who helped you. This is not only polite, but also reinforces positive interactions and makes the experience more pleasant for everyone involved. With these skills and tips, you are ready to navigate any English-speaking city or town. Remember, practice makes perfect, so go out there and explore.
Let's learn new words and practice English at level A2. Intersection. Intersection, a place where two or more roads cross each other. Example, turn left at the next intersection to find the bus stop. Landmark. Landmark, a building or place that is easily recognized and can be used to judge your location. Example, the library is a good landmark, it's right next to the park. Straight. Straight, moving in one direction without turning. Example, go straight down this road, and the museum will be on your right. Opposite. Opposite, located directly across from something else. Example, the post office is opposite the bank. Block. Block, a section of a street between two intersections. Example, walk 2 blocks, and you will see the grocery store on your left.